Alright guys, this week's pizza of the week is it's a goat calzone. We're going to do the goat in a fricasse, which is basically another word for stew, if you will. So I've got this nice goat forequarters here that I'll be dicing up, and then marinating, roasting, and then we'll chuck it in the stew. So here I have a bowl of diced goat. And then we're going to just squeeze a bit of orange and lemon in here. And I'm just going to toss that and let it sit for half an hour before I roast it in the oven. Then I'll be dicing up the royal blue potatoes, some carrots, and some onion. We'll be roasting that up to go into the sauce as well. Alright, now we've got everything ready to roast up in the oven. Now the reason we roast everything beforehand is so that it gets a little bit of better flavor throughout the stew. I mean, if you've ever had a stew where you had some meat in it that had no flavor whatsoever, it's because it wasn't done properly. And so we roast meat up with a bit of seasoning before it goes into the sauce, and we want a bit of color through there, same with potatoes. Everything's going to get roasted up, and everything has a different cooking time too, so we're going to have to, balance it all out. So the meat's going to go first, followed by the potato, onions, and then the carrots. Once they get roasted, we'll go into the sauce last. So the goat has a little color to it now, but we don't have enough room in the pot that I have on the stove for the sauce, so it's all going to be transferred into this and then slow cooked in the bottom of the oven. So the meat will go in first in the sauce, and then we'll add the veggies later as the cooking time elapses. So here's a sauce that I've had sitting on the stove for the last couple of hours. It's quite a rich sauce, and it's got a bit of apple cider vinegar through it too, to give it a little bit of sharpness and the flavor. There's quite a fair bit going went into this sauce. It makes the flavors pretty complex. I won't bother getting into it now, but this is the next step. I'm going to chuck the lid on this, and then it'll go into the oven for about an hour, and then I'll add the potatoes and the onions, and about a half hour after that I'll chuck the carrots in. When the potatoes cook into it, they'll break down a little bit and help thicken the sauce. So here we have the finished product, the fricasse of lamb. So it's all nice and tender and beautiful. Sauce is a little bit sweet, and what we're going to make it is a calzone. As mentioned, it's a little bit sweet, so what we're going to do is top it off with a little bit of sharp English cheddar. Now this English cheddar actually has seeded mustard and ale through it, so it's an imported English cheddar that's got a really nice, beautiful flavor. We're not going to add a whole lot to this, just enough to give it a little extra punch. A few holes for the steam, and it's ready for the oven. Okay, so there you have it, the goat fricasse calzone.